angle, so if you can't see it. You can't see as good sideways, eh? Put it long ways.
You're live now.
That's great, man. Welcome, race fans.
Let's see. Are they logging in? We need the background music now. Someone's on. Who's on? Nikki.
Nikki's on.
Hello.
Let me adjust my head there a little
Thank you for being punctual, Nikki.
Looks like there could be only two of us on tonight.
It's just you and us, Nikki.
Scott joined on? Or is...
Not yet.
Well, there's a couple of people jumping on.
Mick,
so...
how are you, mate? Nelson, what's going on? Can hear you perfectly. Thank you. We appreciate that. Tuskus, how are you, buddy?
Billy, welcome, mate. There's a bit of a delay on the feed there, eh?
Yeah, touch.
How long? 5 seconds or something?
Yeehaw.
Got to move this back a little bit, sir.
G'day, Still. How are you, mate?
I'm still trying to adjust.
What time is it?
Radial time. They're probably thinking why we're in the clock, but you want to fill a minute, like, what's the go with this?
Nice blokes. Thanks, man. Thanks, Scotty. Oh, hello, Jen. Vic said something about watermelon, Jen.
Samson, you better bring this back here a bit, mate. You can't see your boots, mate.
Proudly sponsored. Josh, how are you? Mr. Harker, how are you?
Evening, Scott.
We will wait a little bit and then...
You know there's a little bit delay there, Sam. See, look on the left where it is. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Thought I might win anyway.
She's on the way. Just missing the fur coat. Yeah, we've got the USA coat. Hold on. That's the prop. We'll put the USA. USA.
Should we flick around the other way, the camera? I think we'll get a bit of a better angle. Oh no, that's fine there. That's fine there. What are you thinking?
I think like that. I think it's good.
Towards us on?
It's good. Who's on? Scotty, we won't be long, mate. USA, mate. Matthew, how are you, mate? Yeah, there's a few cars buckling up there. Peter, how are you, brother? We'll give it another 5, guys, and then we'll bring our first guest on, Mr. Scott Harker from Kenda. Going to tell us all the amazing things that are going to happen September the 1st.
Big Zaraki's on.
Mr. Zarakis, how are you, mate? This is about radials, not pro stock, but lovely to have you, mate. You're a man for all seasons.
100%.
Aussie. I'm representing the USA today, mate, just for our special guest. Fair enough.
Did you need me to put a charger on that laptop there or anything?
No, we'll be alright there.
How much? Oh no, it's got 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4.
Someone's laughing, looking hard.
Yeah, Peter, why are you laughing, mate?
Who's that?
Peter Pap.
Ah. Here we go. Who's that?
We've got a delivery. Sorry, won't be long. So, guys, Vic and I were thinking, leading up to Kenda, maybe we do one in another 2 weeks. We'll probably be in Brisbane. What do you reckon, Vic? The Wednesday?
Yeah, maybe even the Tuesday.
Maybe Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. Tuesday we'll be there. Probably when Tyler arrives to do all the track prep and stuff. So we're looking forward to supporting the whole Kenda team. Now, speaking of Kenda, we'll maybe a good time to bring in Scotty.
Gotta lift this up there too.
Hold on, man. What are we lifting?
Yeah.
You're-
He's talking, mate. I don't know if you're there, but
Scotty, how are you, mate?
Good, guys. Yourself?
We're trying to get a handle on this technology, mate.
You and me both took me a bit to work that one out.
Mate, I work with technology. This is all new to me.
Yeah, nice.
Scotty, we'll get cracking into it, mate. Firstly, thanks for your time. We know you're busy, obviously, a couple of weeks out until the event. Just wanted to get you on, obviously, to promote what we're very passionate about. And if some of you guys don't know, Vic and I obviously have been following the radial scene, especially in the US, for many, many years before it started to gain traction here. We've seen Donald Long's races, I think, what is it, 6 times now? 6 times in the States, man. Scotty, we're very proud that you're trying to grow the radial scene in Australia. It's a very hard thing to do given how traditional our racing has been. We're starting to really throw some numbers out there that makes the US look at us, and we wanted to give you a forum just to tell the guys and girls on the feed just what the sort of program is and how exciting it is that there is a good mixture of vehicles that can actually contest for the big win at Kenda. So over to you, Scotty, just to give us a bit of an insight as to who's leading and the sort of events that will be happening on September the 1st or prior to as well.
Yeah, for sure. Look, Radial Right was built from the streetcar side of things, and the movement from the US, we've seen that was coming to the country. So we, initially wanted to get radial racing on the map. Justin Simpson and I basically, threw our own money behind it to get it off the ground, and the races supported us, and it's always been a racer-driven series. So, you got to look at the top 16, the battle for the belt that we're going to run off during racing with Marcus Page and the little hot rod mate. He done all 3 rounds this year, and he's run 5-0s and he's leading the big bangers, you know what I mean? So the field in that will be some good close racing. We'll let the cars out for the first round pair-ups in the next couple of days. You don't need a quick car to come and run with us either. That's the other side of the coin. So,
well, all credit to you for actually stabilising the field like that. So to have someone that's naturally aspirated, is just going to all the rounds, is committed to do the racing, and be able to be leading some of the big heavy hitters. I know Perry's up for in the up near the lead as well. Is there someone else that's up there too in the mix?
Look, you got probably the top 5 guys capable of winning the belt. You got Marcus, Lee Dark, Perry, James, and Sean Hale. All 5 of those basically have got a chance of grabbing the belt. So some quick cars there. And the guys that have made the top 16 get a chance to win some money during qualifying too. It's not just about the belt, but there's basically, $1,000 to win just to go racing in qualifying. So if they win in the top 16, and then they go and win their class, a couple of grand to take home for the day is not a bad little earn, really, for doing sport in the rounds. So we're not big on money, but look, it's something, you and I spoke earlier in the day about, maybe next year there's some money races that have been kicking around. And look, it's feasible to the guys with the bigger budgets. As I said, we focus on everyone, the streetcar guys, the whole lot. If you've got a streetcar that runs 750s over the 8th, come and play. We've got a 799 cutoff. So the couple of index classes there, for guys that don't want to run with the big cars, that still want to be part of the show and come and have some fun on a good track. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Fun for everyone, as Vic said. And Vic's always been the type of racer where, it doesn't matter if it's a naturally aspirated car on a 235 versus a twin turbo monster on a 315. The passion for radial is there. But I agree with you. And Scott, please don't ever lose that that covering off for the street guys and the guys that don't have the huge budget, but they love radial racing and they love doing what they do because they're the grassroots of us. And if we don't lose that, then they'll support the events. And then the big dogs can come in, mate. And as I said to you, I don't see an issue where if we get the top 16 guys and they want to put a nice pot together, like some of these cash days events that I'm seeing in the States, mate, where they're racing for $100,000, $200,000. If everyone wants to put in and we split the pot, well, that's something that Kenda can look at, through you next year. One of the questions, Vic, I know that you had for Scotty is Tyler coming, and what are we doing for the prep as well? I think that was something that you wanted to cover off on the feed.
The prep, just on all bases. Yeah, look, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. I mean, we'd love to have him back again, and I'm sure we will. And it's more important if we can get the event potentially maybe down in Sydney. So I think it's more so just just getting that awareness that, you know, not that we don't know how to prep tracks, but, you know, if we've got a guy that's been doing it forever and a day, well, let's use it to our advantage and potentially maybe even get an event here in Sydney, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Look, we've looked at that. There's been calls made on that side of things. Tyler's as part of the Kenda family as the races, mate. He's committed to seeing this work. You know, coming to Willowbank second time, you know, shows his commitment for what we want to do, and he's seen the growth. You know, just last year, you know, unfortunately the weather beat us. We had 140 cars entered for that, right? You know what I mean? So there's talk of 200 maybe this year, but look, if we can get 150, we'll be pretty comfortable with that. You know, and it makes a nice day, good turnaround times for everyone. So, and you know, we give Tyler every opportunity to give you guys the best track to run on. So, you know, we want to see everyone PB, you know, go fast and have a good day. Basically, is what it's about. We've broken away from our traditional seed the fields off ETs and formed some classes there. You know, limited 275. I think there's 16 or 17 cars already in that. Radial Rebels, which is basically a radial versus the world style class. You know, you have 12 or 14 cars entered already there. 235, you know, we've got 6 or 7 there. We should see 16, hopefully, of that by entry close. You know, there's some good numbers in those classes that we've selected. You know, you get into your 2 bracket classes, the 550 and the 640 guys. You know, there's probably 16 or 17 cars in each of those. So, you know, we've got about 60 odd cars entered already, and we're still 2 weeks out. So, as races do, you know, they'll leave it till last minute. There's a lot of guys on there we know that haven't entered, but they'll be there and talking with them. Test days looking massive. You know, we got a sellout on Friday at this stage. Thursday's still spots available. We've got a waiting list to get in on Friday. So yeah, things are heating up there as well, just to go testing, which is good to see.
So what's the schedule, Scotty, for the testing? When do races have access, and are all the spots booked, or is there still availability for races to get instant testing?
Look, Thursdays there's availability still. There's probably a dozen spots or so left for Thursday. Friday got a wait list there. If they want to throw their name on their list, by all means, can't guarantee we'll get them a spot, but obviously there's guys there that have got spots that are pushing to get finished. So, or, you know, if something comes up, they don't make it, we can slide them in. So at the end of the day, it's one of those big change, Juzzy. Yeah, right. I get a bit of a stir up there from my partner in crime. But yeah, the track days, you know, gates open at 7 on the track from 10 till 4. Friday, we're 90% confident that we're going to have a dual lane side-by-side testing scenario. The track's working with us on that one. So that being the amount of cars that we have, we want to make sure everyone gets enough track time and value for money out of it as well.
So, Scotty, what is the entrant fee for races that have been sitting on the fence? They need to get their butt in gear. How much is it to enter, and what do they need to do?
Radial Rights entries via Willowbank's website. It's $185. Gets the driver and 3 crew. There is additional passes available at $10 a pass. So yeah, it's not big dollars to go racing with us. It's just about getting guys on track. It's Chicago shootout format. So, you know, 3 qualifiers, 3 rounds of racing, then class finals. So, you know, 6 to 7 passes, depending on how your day goes.
And tell me, spectators, what are the tickets like for the spectators?
Spectators, $25 a head to get in. You know, the show will start probably around 9 o'clock on Saturday and go through to early evening. You know, being the time of year, we don't want to run too late into the night with the track temps falling off, you know what I mean, and safety side of things. But, you know, you'd like to say probably 7, 8 o'clock we should be finished. We'll have a bit of a break in the middle of the day there and get everyone regrouped and go again probably about 1 o'clock, you know what I mean?
So tell me, Scotty, how about the kids? I know there's a hot debate in the US about tracks charging for all these young kids, mate. Is there an age cutoff for
under 14s, I believe, is the go. So kids under 14 are free. And same with the test days. You know, we don't believe in charging spectators come out to the Thursday and Friday test days. So if someone wants to come and have a poke around on the Thursday, Friday, have a look, get a taste, and hopefully they come back Saturday and watch the show. So, well, you know, it's you got to give back to the spectators and the races that support us as well.
Well, look, and look, drag racing in Australia has always been a family-orientated sport. You know, supporting families, you know, potentially if you've got, you know, 2 parents and 2 children under 14, it's a day out for $50. Where are you going to find that? Yeah, I mean, you can't even
exactly right. We'll have a bit of merchandise on sale, mate, some shirts and hoodies and bits and pieces, hats, you know what I mean, just pushing the Kenda branding around as we do. You know, we're still a young series, still growing in every area, like merchandise, putting the show on. You know, this is the first time we've had a crack at doing a standalone, so we'll be learning. Any feedback will be good feedback from the racers and the spectators for us as far as we're concerned, and making it bigger and better as we move forward.
And just before you go, Scotty, tell us a little bit about Kendo, their support. Obviously, let's give them a bit of a plug, because obviously the more sponsors that we give some branding to, the more important that is for our sport. And just let us know what Kendo's involvement is currently, and their commitment to the radial scene in Australia. I think it's important to get that message out there.
Yeah, definitely. Kendo's tyre manufacturer, passenger four driver, like truck, that sort of things. They started out as a minor sponsor, a couple of sets of tyres for best burnout at one of our first Kendo rounds out at Warwick, and have grown into the series sponsor now, and cover off on some of the classes as well for us. So, look, they're committed as we are to the radial scene. They really stand behind us and see the value in it from what we do, and appreciate. Okay, we don't have a race tyre on offer for the races, but we've got tyres available for their passenger cars, their trailers, their work utes, all that sort of stuff. Where where the market really is in this country. Let's face it, race tyres isn't a big pool to swim in. So for Kendo, it's more about the mum and dads and the racers supporting the brand that supports them. So. And then all the minor sponsors too, you know what I mean? The class sponsors, like we could go on for hours. We've got a really good list of sponsors there that support us, and we try and give them value for money at the end of the day as well. Well,
mate, cover them off. Who's joining us? Who's joining Kendo for the event, mate? Who are your sponsors?
Look, we've got we'll go through the class sponsors there. We got Classic and Muscle Imports out of Melbourne there. Leighton, he jumped on board for doing the 660 Radial Rebels, so the big banger class. You got Fan and Performance doing the Outlaw 235 class. You got Gazzard Brothers doing the Limited 275. Simon O'Carroll Swimming Pools on the Radial Renegades, the 550 Index class, and Shawnee Richardson from All Over Plant Hire at the Radial Rumble class 640 Index class there. Plus the bikes, we've got Freddie from Pro Cycle doing the Pro Street radial bike side of things as well. So, there's a good mix there with that. So we should, probably see half a dozen or so Pro Street bikes on radials having a bit of a crack over the 8th with us. So, you got long-term guys like Race Car Engineering, Performance Wholesale, Just Coffee Machines, Advanced Drive Group, Bolt King at Capella Bar. There's a whole list of guys there that just support what we do, you know what I mean? And the sponsors, a lot of them are racers and just want to see the series grow, it's a good deal.
A lot of people don't understand, sponsors make the world go round in drag racing. You can't be super competitive sometimes on your own budget. It makes it hard, but especially putting on an event, you need people to help you get these events up and running. So we thank all the sponsors. We need more in Australia to get behind it. So I think you're doing a great job there, Scotty, and obviously Vic and I, mate. I mean, I think Vic's practically been to every bloody Willowbank race in the last 8 months, mate. So
I haven't seen his name on the entry list. There's a few guys wanting to know whether he's bringing the 235s up to run ride or not.
We may be revealing something this evening, mate, but we'll Victor, mate. He's always got something up his sleeve, this Victor guy. But no, mate, we just want to thank you for your time, and look, if we can, maybe next week we'll get you back on, mate. We'll have another crack, and then now that we're getting used to all this tech.
Regards to Justin Simpson as well.
Yeah, please. Regards to
get Justin on there, mate. He's got a head for TV, bit better than mine,
mate. Fair enough, mate.
We're no Donald Long, put it that way, mate. But we'll push the radial scene in this country and do what we can do, mate. And look, if we can get Donald down, give you guys, give him a nudge to get him down here, mate. It'd be awesome to have him at Radial right with everyone else. So look, Daniel Farris is coming. Everyone's seen that.
So apparently Victor knows what car he's going in, but he won't tell me. So I will keep that under wraps.
He was running 235s. Was the plan in Victor's car? Was what he's going to release,
is that going in the VL, Farris? Is he?
No, not enough power for him.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Look, he's pretty excited to come down. We'll keep the car under wraps and what's coming and what's going on there. But look, to have him and have a guy like that be able to come down under and play with our guys is definitely something we're all looking forward to for sure.
No, very good. And look, we're hoping in the next few minutes we'll get Donald on as well. And I think it's a good segue into the fact that we've just had the guy that's pushing radials in Australia, and now we'll have the man that's pretty much created the radial scene on next as well.
Sure.
And get his buy-in, and we'll try and get him down there. Don't worry.
Yep, that sounds good, guys. All right, well, he's get back to doing what he's doing, and we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for your time, mate. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott.
No worries, boys. See you then.
All right, everyone. Well, there you go. Scotty Harker, Kenda, 1st of September. We don't know, Victor. You've got to see what's just happened. This has just rocked up. If anyone knows Victor. Thank you, Jenny.
There's no boiling Uber Eats, mate.
So we're waiting for Donald probably in the next 7 minutes. We'll get Donald on, but while we're doing that, we might flip the camera around. Victor, I think you've got. Do you want to reveal what might be happening on 235s or?
Look, I mean, it may be. I mean, it's potentially probably not going to happen, but we're in with a shot. We'll see how we go.
So we'll flip the camera around. One moment, please bear with us, everyone. Rightio. So need to thank Jim, Speedy's. We got this beautiful weapon here. Jimmy, I'm pretty sure this is on 235s. Yeah. Victor, is this 235s this car?
It was 255, actually aspirated. We'll be going to 235 on the car.
Right.
But yeah, he's just had one pass. The car's going to get a cage and probably a shoot. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's his wife's car, daily driver.
Oh, that's his wife's car, is it?
Yeah, good 9-second streeter.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
and his oh, that's the VL there. That's Australia's fastest 235 in the quarter. Is that right or?
Over the quarter, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
and first to the fours.
First to the fours. Scotty
Right.
Cortina's chased us down there, but yeah, no, we'll be back out at some point, and I'm sure we'll do something. So anyway.
All right. Well, fair enough. Let's see. So are we going to maybe show them what might be coming?
Yeah, have a look.
Let's have a look. What's this? Oh, we'll have a look at kiddies. What's going on here?
Yeah, just the 235 naturally aspirated small block Ford Capri. So that's in the pipeline. Not saying it'll be as fast as some of these other turbo deals, but hopefully we can be the fastest naturally aspirated 235 car in the country. So yeah, let's see how we go. I mean, definitely not a Ford motor, but little SB2 there. Single cast intake.
We can't show them too much, can we?
Look, I think
is that enough?
I think they've seen enough.
They've seen enough there, right? Fair enough.
But we'll see how we go. There's a number of people involved with this. We've got a shop program that we're stepping up on this car. We'll be trying a few new things there. Justin out of JW Automotive, he'll be handling that. He's also doing a couple of changes on the VL as well at the same time. So look, he's got quite a bit under his belt at the moment with other things more importantly than this. But yeah, we're just trying to fit everything in, but we'll see how we go. If we make it, we make it.
So Justin's doing some upgrades to the VL, is he?
Yeah, well, he's got a new shop program, like I said, on a couple of the cars here that we're doing. So he takes care of all that, along with the other aspects. But yeah, without saying too much more, we'll see how we go.
Well, fair enough. Well, that's a little bit of a shop tour and on the 235 King's garage here. Undisclosed location somewhere in the back of Sydney. And normally people that come to this garage get fingerprinted and kept on file forever. But look, guys, firstly, just want to thank everyone for joining. This is the first time Vic and I are trying to plug the radial scene in Australia, and I think it needs it. Again, just wanted to thank Australian Muscle Car Sales for all their support. If you've got a classic Australian muscle car that you're interested in purchasing, mate, those guys they're down at Kingsgrove, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
20 Commercial Road, Kingsgrove there.
Fair enough. And you can go and see Chris and the team. I think they've sold quite a few cars recently.
Oh, there's been, yeah.
Fair enough.
Quite a few, mate, but yeah, got a bump for every seat.
Fair enough. So I'm just going to go through some of the questions. Michael, how are you, buddy? Michael Tunbridge. We found some JW stickers for you, mate. And a couple of precision ones, so we've got that. Don't forget, guys, we've got a bit of a giveaway as well.
Here we go. What's that? Oh, righto.
Yeah, we've got two of these. They're going away. I've got someone in mind for one of them, but I haven't seen him online yet. So if anyone knows Kane Mackey, you better get him on here. Otherwise, we're going to have to give it to someone else. I don't need these anymore, so you can read between the lines. But it looks as though our special guest has maybe just joined us. You might need to wear the clock. It's only respectful.
Radial time.
It's radial time.
Jeez, man, why's it done this, man?
I don't know how he did it. He did all of those interviews. There he is there. Mr. Long, we're just camera, mate. Oh, Kane, are you Garrett?
Put it under your back thighs, mate.
Good cleaning rag. So, yeah, well done, Scotty. So, ladies and gents, we're just waiting for His All Holiness of the radial scene. Mr. Long is about to join us all the way from Florida. He's a busy man. He's got no mercy, obviously, coming up very, very soon at South Georgia Motorsports Park. There is no one greater for the scene of radials in the world. The man has single-handedly transformed the way that we're evolving the sport. We all see and perceive radials, and to be honest, mate, he's made a lot of promoters have to have a second look at themselves purely on the fact that he's now handing out close to $100,000, more than $100,000 now, in a radial race in the Sweet 16, and I believe well, Vic, I think he's announced $50,000 for 275.
50,000 for 275 plus 100.
Right.
For the Open 315. So.
Right. Okay. Cool. So we're just waiting on just to. I've seen him on there, so we'll just wait for him to join us. But Vic, if you want to tell everyone about how you found out about Donald. How did the radial scene start for Victor Barrelos?
Oh, you probably have to go back to 2009, 2010. There was a guy I was following there, David Wolf, with the 315 twin turbo Mustang, and they were running pretty fast, and I was actually pretty keen. Actually wanted to own that car even, but anyway, we got online and had a bit of a look at the event. I booked a ticket on the Wednesday after watching the qualifying to go there, fly it on Thursday, and unfortunately family commitment with mum, something didn't go too well, and I had to cancel, but I made it adamant that the following year I was going to go to that event, and we reached out to Donald, and he said, yeah, sure, come down. He goes, a lot of people say they're going to come, but they don't, and yeah, we went down, and yeah, history ever since, really. Try to go to every single one, so it's a great event, and yeah, Donald absolutely knocked it out of the park with what he's done. So it's yeah, exciting times.
Can you believe the evolution in terms of what they're running? I mean, they were running
David Wolf was running 450s back then. I mean, that was about 7, 8 years ago. I think the event paid, what was it, 20 grand? And everyone thought, no, it's not going to happen, 20 grand payout. And no, it did. And Donald knocked it out of the park. I think that was his second event. And yeah, from the third one on, we reached out to a couple of guys, Kevin Fiskus there, and managed to spend 3 or 4 days with him, and Kevin Mullins the year after, and stayed with him for a few days and that. And, he really started to. And Kevin at the time, he was the quickest car and stuff like that. And I think sort of from Kevin Fiskus onwards there with Mullins and so forth, that's what really started stirring everybody else up. And yeah, you look at it where it is today. You look at the last event. I mean, we couldn't go to the last one, but you got guys that are running 370s, back to back 360s. I mean, in 7 years, look how fast they've gone, and I mean, potentially probably going to go even quicker. But yeah, it's just it's exciting stuff. It really is.
Yeah, guys, it won't be a sec. Donald's
I think he's trying to log on there, is he?
Donald's just about to log on, so we won't be long. It's just gone 8:15 Florida time, so we thank you, Donald, for just about to join us anyway. Everyone can hear us all right?
Yep.
We're just adding him now.
Add him now, so but yeah, mate. Donald long to the front. Donald long to the front.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody has the chance to go in, that's pretty
What's
cool.
up, buddies?
USA, brother. God bless America.
Aussie brothers to the front.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time, Donald. We know that you're a busy man, but Look, it's exciting. We've got quite a few Australians heading overseas to see your race, and we wanted to spread the message. There's still plenty of time for people to get tickets and head out to South Georgia Motorsports Park and support the greatest radial event in the world. We've been there, we've seen it, we've lived it, we've breathed it, we're addicted to it, and really no further introduction needed for your services, sir. You are Mr. Radial. You have invented it, created it, and kept it rolling. I really think you need to be the President of the United States at the same time. But look, Donald, you've definitely shaken up the world now with this Sweet 16 event. The roll-on effect is obviously all of your radial races are actually sold out entirely. And you've had situations where you've had to turn spectators away. It's been that busy. I know there's a lot of conjecture recently around these no prep guys, and I've seen a lot of wrecks, mate, a lot of great cars that have been wrecked. You've still got some of the dinosaurs on 10.5s, and mate, there's a lot of those here in Australia still that are still resistant to the radial tyre. But wanted to give you just an opportunity, one, to tell everyone about how awesome No Mercy is going to be, and some of the amazing things you're doing with your events in February and March.
Well, first of all, we all know Outlaw 10.5 is dead. I mean, the only reason that we ain't kicked their teeth in before is because no one felt like putting a radial on going over there. But obviously, I mean, come on, dude. They got a 34-inch tall tire on that bitch. They can call it 33 all they want to. The thing's 17 inches wide, and we got Big Dick Mick to go over there with his car and rip the fucking doors off of him when he comes by. I mean, it's not even – it's stupid. They're living in caveman times.
No, absolutely. And Monty, I think he got a rude shock when the radial guy took it out.
Shit, they're all swapping over. He just won't change the name. You know what the whole thing is? They should call that thing Outlaw Duck or something like that. That's the whole thing. Listen, it's simple. The only reason they won't change the name is because then they'd have to admit I was right. And that's really the facts of it. I'm being dead serious. The only reason they won't swap it to Radial versus the World is because then they would have to admit that I've been right the whole time. But I mean, come on, let's face it. I mean, you go look at you watch the Sweet 16, right? If you look at the qualifiers for the Sweet 16, an Outlaw 10.5 car couldn't even qualify in the top 16 with the best time they've ever had.
I don't understand the resistance anymore, given the fact that Donald, is it 101,000 for Sweet 16?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching some of this no prep, no sense shit they got going on, and I may just jack the price right on up to something incredible here coming up. So I haven't announced it. I mean, it's gonna be 101,000 plus for just the Radial versus the World.
Yeah.
There's 65,000 up for grabs right now on X275, 50,000 to win, 15,000 for the second chance winner. So, you know, anybody who says something about not entering, I mean, let's face it, they can't even. I wanted to make sure the second chance race was more than any of these other fucking piggyback promoters, these posers paying anyway. So that way anybody can't say, well, I don't want to go because I can't beat the main guy. So now you could qualify like 50th and still race for 15,000.
Wow. And that again, you're looking after the grassroots racer. And I was just saying it to, there's a promoter in Australia. His name's Scott Harker. I know he's been in contact with you to try and get you out to Australia to see the radial events. And I told him, you know, the grassroots racer is what's going to keep radials going all around the world. You've done a fantastic job in always supporting those guys, whether it be, you know, your 650 indexes all the way through to, you know, your MX235s that you're doing, and you're still giving the 275 guys all the weight breaks and everything they need. Poor John Sears has already pulled out all his hairs, but you know, I think the class is continually evolving, and $50,000 for an X275 race, mate. People are pulling a noose right now.
Yeah, I think we have like 100 and. I think we have like 105. I cut it off, you know what I mean? Because there was, you know, so many people in, and we were going to cut it off at 100, but then I felt bad. You know, there was some more guys out there. So I think we cut it off at like 105 or 110 or something like that. Jeez. So, you know, they're locked in. We're going to find out once and for all on the X275 deal, you know, and and we're going to try to give them an awesome track. The Sweet 16 was a phenomenal deal. We had a lot of time to actually talk to each other. You know, it was kind of more like what I wanted. You know, when you guys first were coming over, I mean, remember it rained for 3 or 4 days that one time, and you guys bought everybody pizza there and all kinds of stuff. But we had a good time in the hotel, and with this deal, you know, we were actually at the racetrack. It gave everybody time in between. If they wanted to make extra qualifiers, they did. If some people wanted to set out one round or so, they did. You know, it wasn't like you have to make every one of them. You know, there was a couple people going, "Oh my God, you know, there's too many qualifiers." Well, no one's sitting there with a gun to your head, so you have to use every one of them. We just wanted to give everybody the opportunity to be able to do what they wanted to do, and that was to set world records.
And you've done plenty of that. So Donald, tell us about No Mercy. It's coming up around the corner. Obviously, there's some excitement around. Mickey's making some pretty wild predictions out there. You know, I know that you're pretty spot on with the number. What's the go? Stevie got anything for him, or Mr. Mickey's he's got it in the bag?
I think for this race, you're gonna see. Man, I'm usually pretty close, so I want to be careful what I say here. I'm going to say that it only takes, I'm going to say a 67 is going to win it for No Mercy. I think that once you roll into February and March, I think, you know, you're talking about some stuff then that could be, you know, mid to high 50s, you know, but that's a different, you know, different situation, different air.
February, March.
And it's hard. You got to remember, you know, you're prepping the track at No Mercy for, you know, 250 to 450 cars versus, you know, prepping the track for, and that's what I keep telling all these guys. Like, and I love all the, you know, Tyler, you know, he's been great for radial racing. You know, you got Gene at Denton, he preps the stuff. But these guys that come up with these phantom times at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, prepping for 2 or 3 cars, you know, out there with the Freemason handshakes and all this other shit they got going on. They got the voodoo doll out and they're freaking poking shit and all that. Yeah,
unicorn passes.
Yeah, they got the unicorn piss and all that. That's all great and fine. But they can say whatever they want to. I told them 8 months in advance before that Sweet 16, I will show you something, the difference between prepping for one class and the difference between prepping for 400 or 500 cars, because we have to look out for everybody when they come over. We got 60 open comp, you know, we have, you know, 275, 28, we have all that going on. So you can't have that, you know, we're going to set a world record every pass. But the Sweet 16, you know, and Monty Miko, I'm going to actually steal what he was trying. I love it when people try to say bad shit about me, but it's really like awesome because like it is the fucking home run derby of fucking radial racing. And so
absolutely,
if you want to come to the Sweet 16 and knock it out of the park, I mean, that's what that race is about.
Is Mr. Haney entering on the property, or there's not enough concrete, or what's the story?
Well, the last time anybody saw him, he was walking across the water box and was gasping for air. He was drowning, so they threw him a life preserver trying to get him back alive after he fell. I mean, you know, now I got the insurance company like, hey, are you gonna be able to make that thing a little shallower than 6 inches? And so I don't.
Well, they want the walls higher, do they?
Yeah, they want to. I mean, listen. The insurance guy come out and he's like, hey, man, you guys going to be able to keep Haney on the racetrack? And I'm like, if we put a wall that fucking high, the fans ain't going to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? The wall's 40 foot high. The pictures are 30 foot high. I mean, what the fuck are we going to be doing?
Now, Donald, I know you're passionate about this, mate, so I'm sorry I'm going to raise your blood pressure here, but we're confirmed with Scott, who's got the radial event here in Australia. Kids under 14 are free. We're just making that clear to you because, mate, that is disgraceful. Some of the things I've seen you reveal about some of the tracks charging for. Was that a 3-year-old that got charged?
3 years old, and they got charged like 30.
That's pathetic.
Something like that. You know, this is the whole thing. People want to sit there, you know, duck, stop crying or stop bitching. But we found out in this world, unless the squeaky wheel gets the fucking grease. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, you know, if we sit around here and everybody just shoves it underneath of the thing, you know, covers it up, no one's ever going to do anything. If everybody, let me just tell you this. If every guy out here, right, let's say that some big race was coming up, everybody likes to go to it, and they're charging kids. If I could convince every one of them to fucking stay home for one race, I guarantee you the kids will be free from now on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, you have to stand up one time and be like, no, we're not going to, you know, we're not going to put up with it. I mean, and listen, I'm not saying for people not to make money. And you know what? If they want to say 8 years old, that's fine. They want to say 10 years old, that's fine. But, I mean, there's still got to be a point, you guys, where, you know, I mean, we're charging fucking girls that are pregnant now fucking $35 extra to get in. I mean, you know.
Because they've got the kids, yeah.
I mean, they're making a piss on a stick before they come in to see if they're pregnant.
Check it out.
So
hey,
Donald,
you know, too much is too much.
I think it's too much. I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Call out the bullshit. You got to keep calling out these guys that are doing the no prep, but with lots of prep. You know, I saw what was going on there. That's some shady shit there, and that was all fabricated for the TV show. And I don't have a problem with the TV show, man. Do what you got to do. But when you're going to wreck racing and the essence of racing like that, mate, for me, you got to keep calling that out, Donald. I don't care how many people they got on their feeds, man. At the end of the day, you know,
a spade's a spade.
A spade's a spade. Races have got
prep,
families.
No tractors, no jet blowers, no Tyler Crosney in the background.
Listen, if everybody called it like it was, we'd have a lot less bullshit going on in this world. But, you know, you got those Cheeto-eating, ball-scratching, Milwaukee-drinking motherfuckers over there fucking in the stands, and they don't have a fucking clue what's going on. But, you know, this is the thing. I don't need any of those yahoos coming over to my race bringing that shit over here. When, I mean, listen, like you said, if they want to have a TV show, that's fine. But once they came in, they're trying to make it act like, oh, this is a no prep race. The only reason they're running no prep is because they're fucking scared to death to run. I will put up $50,000 against any fucking street outlaw in the country that wants to bring that shit over there and race somebody in a real racetrack. Fucking, because this is the whole thing. They can leave the same tune-up in it. Their slow-ass shit they already got going on because they were already prepped last week when they ran that race. Just leave the same tune-up in it. Will knock your teeth out.
Yeah, yeah, mate. You keep doing what you're doing there. Now, we've got a racer here that we know the identity of, but we can't reveal. But we believe Daniel Farris is dropping into their big job car. What do you think of Daniel? I think he's one of the best drivers out there, and I think we're going to shake up the tree when he comes to Australia now in September.
Well, he's just an all-around good guy, you know. So. And I think that, man, I've seen him. He's been in some situations, too, in a Lepus car, you know.
Yeah,
and,
we were there, yeah.
Yeah, he's kept cool under some serious conditions. So, I mean, I definitely think he's the right man for the job, you know. And you know, he doesn't seem like he ever gets too excited. You know what I mean? He's kind of smooth with what he's got going on. So I think he'll do a great job, man, for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it'll be a privilege to have him here, and he'll give us some good feedback, you know, versus when he races on your tracks and racing on our track. I believe Tyler's coming to prep it, but you know, we should have at least some very good times, and Daniel will let us know how different it is to Georgia, obviously.
I'm really kind of curious how they did the plane tickets, because I didn't know if you know, but Tyler and Daniel are fucking Siamese twins. So you can't part those motherfuckers. So I don't know if they got like some kind of love seat on the plane or what they got going on, but I can guarantee. And what's going to be funny about that is I hope that guy's car that he's driving has got some kind of fucking Batman and Robin funny car cage in it, because those two are going to be locked there together, and you got to put them both in there at the same time.
Strap them both in, send them. So Donald, we know that you don't have much time, but I just wanted to ask for the Aussies that are thinking about coming to No Mercy. What are the entry fees? What's the best place to buy tickets? How do they get locked in to come and see the greatest radial race in the world?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you guys, what you all say about it and everything, because we try our very best to put on the best show we can. And, you know, the racers too, before I get over there onto that deal, you know, you got to realize that the race is only as good as the racers who come. So, by everybody coming to the race, the Big Dick Mick and the Stevie Fast, people coming from Australia, which, I talked to the one guy, he, shipping the car over, and it, that stuff makes you feel good about what you're doing. That people will come from other countries. As far as anybody who's entering, I try to explain, you don't have to pre-register for this race. This isn't some deal like they got on Street Idiots where you have to be fucking invited by 14 kings and queens and fucking all that kind of shit. And you have to be pre-registered, and then you really don't know who's going to be there. They'll throw around a couple names and then fuck over your kid because the right guy ain't there for the autograph or the $800 t-shirt and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, over here, you just pull right up to the gate and you fucking like you own the place. Hey, man, give me a fucking tech card for Pro 275. You roll on in, you race against the best in the world, We don't have, I don't have to bring in any extra lighting or fucking, we don't have one of them little cut things like, hold on a minute, next fucking.
Stop that scene, we've got to refilm it.
Stop that scene. Looks like one of the no prep guys needs more prep in his lane because he got a little water and he came back around crying. We're got to let him back in. We got a triple elimination going on here for Murder Nova and shit. We're gonna go ahead and oh, he lost. Oh no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. We were at a wrong angle on the finish line. Sorry about that. We're gonna go ahead and let him back in. So
the camera fell over.
The camera fell over, huh?
The camera fell over, and the only reason one of those cameras will fall over is if the fucking wind just got there from Big Dick Mick's 230 mile an hour fucking pass or something. Yeah, but anyway, you just pull up at Georgia like you own the place. Hey man, I'm looking for fucking duck. Give me my tech card. You roll right on in. If you want to get tickets in advance, you can go to thefoat.com and get them. But you can buy stuff right at the track. I mean, this isn't, like I said, we're not handing out bags of Cheetos with our shit. You can just roll right up in there like you own the place. We've redid all the parking and stands. So, there's plenty of room. You don't have to worry about getting there and being locked out or.
How much are the spectator tickets, Donald?
$60 for the whole week.
For the whole week. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So any Aussies that are watching, for $60 you'll get the whole week. You've got to stay in Valdosta. Donald's got some good deals happening. I think it's Holiday Inn. You guys have got
Holiday Inn, Center, which I can post up some more stuff today. Shiver golf carts if anybody wants to rent a golf cart while they're there.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, if you're going to like Jason Miller's race, you can't even get in a fucking walker without getting charged $100. But here you can bring in a golf cart where you can actually drive around.
Yeah, awesome race, awesome facilities. South Georgia Motorsport Park, one of the best atmospheres I've seen for radial. So, Donald, we're pumped up. We hope to get you on in the next few weeks again and really promote the No Mercy. Is there going to be a pay-per-view for No Mercy?
It's all free.
All free. Fantastic,
yeah,
man. Well, yeah, everyone wants to do that.
No Mercy and Lights Out are free. I want everybody to be able to see everything. The Sweet 16, obviously, you guys know it's a different deal because we're paying out. Going to be
a lot of money. Yeah.
$200 grand. We're only allowing 500 people. So that deal there, go on the pay-per-view thing. But the Lights Out, No Mercy, it's free. So if you want to be a low-life deadbeat vagrant and don't want to come give me any money, then fucking stay home and watch it for free.
You heard it there first. Donald, please say hi to Stephanie or Boss X. I don't know. Are you winning the promoter of the year or she's winning? Or we don't know where we're at.
This is the whole thing. I'm thinking about taking myself out of the running. I mean, I'm just fucking awesome. And, I've won it 30 years in a row. And I'm thinking about removing myself to let somebody else win one. What happened? Did he just fall over? Did the tire pull him down?
No. The tire's pulling him down. It's pretty heavy.
Does he even speak, or is this one of them Jay and Silent Bob videos?
Yeah, that's one of those. No, he speaks.
I just want to say thanks for making drag racing great again. That's you, mate.
That's you,
mate. Making drag racing great again, brother. That's you, mate.
I'm gonna be coming over.
I'm gonna get some hats. I'm gonna get some red hats. Making drag racing great again. You're gonna be wearing them. We're gonna be wearing them soon.
I appreciate it, man. You guys definitely
Sounds good.
Well, we'll be seeing you soon if you don't see us. So if you don't get your butt on a plane, we'll get our butts on a plane, and maybe we bring a car over there too.
I can see you now. I thought I was talking to your left arm, but I got you now.
You were talking to me.
When are you looking at potentially coming over? I know you said you might, but there's a lot going on, so at some point it's going to have to happen.
I know. I really wish I could be there for the for the September 1st deal, but I just know that if I came, I would be by myself. I wouldn't be able to. The problem is over here, school just started. We have our youngest ones being homeschooled, so it's kind of it'd be tough right now because I really like to come over there and hang out with you guys. Get us some of that Aussie barbecue or whatever the hell y'all got going on over there, fried frog legs or kangaroo.
He's the king.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I saw the video before where y'all out there grilling. I saw it. Anyway.
Well, Donald, we want to thank you for your time, man. Obviously, man, we're going to be watching No Mercy. There are a lot of Australians coming over to No Mercy, so hopefully they're all well behaved. And when the lights go out, they'll be getting drunk with you guys and having a good time. But mate, a lot of Aussies are supporting it, and obviously Vic was the first one there. But mate, we love that all the Australians are getting over there. We've got Wade Ragstaff that's racing there now, so that's amazing. That's a fantastic deal, and thanks for helping making that happen for Wade.
Yeah, I told Wade when he gets over too, I'm gonna, I told him just get regular stuff. I'm gonna upgrade all of his stuff to VIP for. I need him to come and enjoy himself. And I wish you guys were coming over, but I definitely. When are y'all thinking about coming over?
Look, we're probably going to look at coming for the Sweet 16, to be honest. We're both getting the cars ready. So Vic's obviously got one of the fastest 235 cars in Australia. We're getting my 275 car ready and hopefully ready to race overseas as well, man. So, yeah, we're working on that pretty hard, but we're looking at the Sweet 16 to come over and say hi to you and Steph.
That would be awesome, brother. I'll try to get over there before then, though, so we can hang out and tell some lies.
You're welcome anytime. I think Vic said if Donald comes here, the red carpets are coming out. Is that right?
100%.
Absolutely.
Off the chain stuff.
Well, thanks for having me on, man.
Awesome,
thanks,
brother.
man.
Have a great day.
No Mercy
Talk
9.
soon.
Make sure everyone gets their tickets, man. Donald Long, he's the man. He's the radial king, and you've got to watch the live feed if you're not heading on over.
Making drag racing great again. On your Donald.
First to the front, motherfucker.
100%.
We've still got it, man. The original. Yeah.
You guys have a good one. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Awesome, mate.
thanks,
Talk
Donald.
soon.
See you, man.
Cheers.
Well, you can.
Well, there you have it, mate. Drag racing, drag radial's finest, man. So
The royalty of radial world. If you've never been to Donald's race, Vic and I, whenever we go, Donald is always accommodating. They put on free food for the racers and the VIP guys, and the whole family just brings us in as though we're family. So, Donald, we thank you for all your hospitality, and guys, if you've never been, you have to go. If you're interested in radial just that much, you got to go. I think it's an experience of a lifetime.
100%.
And then you'll appreciate what Scott Arker's doing here as well. So before we go, we've got to give away these Precision Turbo tyre covers because we're not using them anymore. Well, that's what you tell me anyway.
Well.
So all right, so we got these two here. Who we got? Who's running Precisions at the moment? Who's running Precisions? Are they all smoking? Oh, sorry, did I say that loud?
They don't smoke.
They don't smoke, fair enough.
They're like chimneys.
All right, we've got 75 people who are running Precisions turbos, we want to know. Or do you know someone that needs a tyre cover? Grillers, are you running a Precision? All right, Jim gets one.
Has he got a turbo?
Do you have a turbo car?
I think he's running a bloody Borg Horner. That thing don't smoke.
No, that's not that.
If you're running a Precision, it must be smoking. Tell us it smokes, and you get one of these. That's all. Just tell us the truth.
Is it
you got a
smoking?
smoking turbo, you get one of these. Trust me, I've got 20. They all smoke, bro.
All right, who's that? Is that Mark Drew? Where's Mark Drew? I saw someone say, Timmy, is Mark Drew run a Precision? If he does, get him to contact me. He's got one of these. Next, who's the next guy?
One down, one to go.
One down, one to go. We need
Shit, they
one.
mustn't be smoking. I must have all of them. Jeez.
Everyone's running Garrett's.
If they're not, they will be. But anyway.
Smoke the tide, Craig. Yep, 100%, always. Oh, now Billy Driscoll comes
Billy
on.
ticket taker.
Mr. Ticket Taker, we just had Mr. Long on, man. I'm still waiting for these golf carts, Billy, but anyway.
We've got a couple of guys down south. They're waiting for golf carts. I don't know. They're stressing out on me, man. Can you sort it out?
All right, so look, Mark Drew's got one of these.
Mark Drew.
Who's the next guy, Barrelos? Who we got here?
Who's got a smoking precision? Just say you got a smoking precision. You get one of these. You'll validate what I'm saying, and that's it. You can't even give these things away for free.
Now, hold on. I've got some more things. Hold on.
What else you got there?
Well, we've got some things. What have we got?
What do we got here? Who's up here? No, but I need a turbo for my VL, Tunbridge. I don't know if mine smokes, but it's under the bench.
All right, now we've got lights out sticker. ×2.
Geez, they're pretty rare. Where'd you pull those from?
Don't worry, we got those. Now,
They're not mine.
No, they're not. I got plenty of these, and we don't need them anymore.
Precision on the way out.
Woo!
Precision. So 2015. Next.
There's 4. If anyone's got any kids, they want to get some.
Craig Lewis is on there.
Craig Lewis. Does Craig run turbo?
Yeah, he's got turbo. The Cordy.
Cordy. Does the Cordy have precisions? Craig?
I don't know. He's involved with what's he's written there? I want the stickers. Who's Melinda?
All right, Melinda, you got the stickers. Done.
You want to write them down so we know because
whoever I've said, I mean, we've got the live thing. But
yeah.
We got Melinda. We got Mark Drew. Melinda, what do you want? Did you want the precision
Craig
stickers?
Lewis has got the other one.
All right, done.
Smoking turbos to the front. Good
Craig
on you
Lewis,
guys.
you have got this lovely tyre cover.
Just
Fantastic.
PM us an address. We'll send it to you.
PM all your details. Specially, yes, 100% you can have one of these, mate. Melinda, Anthony, Michael Tunbridge, I promised him.
We don't go back on our word here.
That's it, we don't do that.
We do what we say and we say what we mean, and it's more than most
Nicky
people.
Hepburn, we're going to give you one of these because it's like a badge of honour when you're racing over there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Nicky needs one of these.
Do people know what's happening with Nicky?
Oh, do they know what's going on?
They should know.
Can you let them know what's happening with Nicky?
Let them know, man.
Listen, so I'm pretty sure if you've been living under a rock, you may not know, but if for whatever reason you don't, Nicky Hepburn and about 5 other badass Aussies are heading over to Orlando,
Correct.
Orlando Speedway
to
take on all the Puerto Ricans.
All the baddest.
The baddest of the bad. Nicky Hepburn's taking the 86, and I believe Justin from JW Automotive has got some tricks up his sleeve, from what I hear.
Well, he must have. It's the baddest import radial car on the planet. So
Is that the fastest import radial in the
I
world?
believe it is.
In
mate.
the world?
In the world.
Ah, well,
In the world.
we support
Locally
the
bred.
best of the best.
That's right. All built in house. Aussie built motor.
Aussie built motor as well.
Aussie tuned.
Oh,
New
no.
shock program for Nicky Hepburn too.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying too much already.
have you said too much?
I think I've said too much.
Sorry, Nicky.
Did I mention the new turbo?
No.
Did I mention it's not a precision?
Oh, he's
I
got a
just
Garrett.
did. I
Garrett
just
to the
did.
front.
Garrett to the front.
If Garrett's watching here, it's we're joining the band of Merry. Just Engine Tuning, as you can see right here, has informed Jet275 that he will be going Garrett. We're just going to put that out there today. But I want to thank everyone for your patience and joining us. We're going to do a few more of these. I've got a few more giveaways. So make sure if you got some stickers to message us, and we'll send those out tomorrow in the post. None of this waiting 2 months for us, mate. As you can see, we've got the gear here. But look, hope you guys enjoyed it. We got 2 fantastic supporters of the radial scene.
Anything on gapped? Any last minute requests?
Well,
did you want
to say hi to Scotty Cortina? Or?
Scotty Cortina, I don't know where you've been, mate. You've run your 490s. Well done.
He got gapped by you, but
we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about it. All right, we won't talk about it. If anyone wants to put the gapped photo up of Scotty Cortina and the Gazza brothers, and if you need any shocks or anything or leaf springs, they do.
They do all the stuff.
They do some great stuff.
They do some great stuff, the boys.
But yeah, we're looking forward to some good 235 radio racing out of you, Mr. Barrows.
100%. We've got a couple of cars lined up.
All right, here we go.
It always changes by the hour with me. Anyway, Kenda's coming up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can do something, you know.
Well, look, we're looking forward.
We've done something, but you got to keep doing it.
I think we're going to do a live feed in Kenda as well. So
100% there will be a live feed.
So there'll be a live feed there. Barrelos will be walking around with the clock around his neck, and hopefully we can give away some Kenda gear. And I heard Speedy Diffs and Mechanical is going to give us some t-shirts and stuff to throw around there as well. So we'll get the Speedy branding out there. Need some 275s, Jimmy. So just putting it out there. And we want to say thank you to everyone, and we're signing off.
Sounds good. Anyone have a last look at the 235 heavy hitters coming?
Did you want to show them again?
Oh, if you want to show them.
No, we can show them again. Hold on, guys. We're just going to show you some 235 cars coming up.
That's how that comes out of here.
This is one this was naturally aspirated.
Naturally aspirated.
Tell us a bit about this one.
No, naturally aspirated. They just run mid-9s there on 255s. Just a pump gas deal.
Right.
We've got the other...
oh, there's the record holder there.
We've got the quarter-mile record holder there.
Scotty Cortina took the 8th, yeah?
Scotty Cortina coming on the 8th.
But again, you were first.
Look, we're first to the 490s. No one ever remembers second place. I'll leave you with that.
Fair enough.
So, you know what that means.
Fair enough.
Smelly old Valiant there. That's coming out there. Just doing a couple of little revisions there, just with a couple of cylinder head revisions there.
Is that smoking and precision turbo? Or?
No, that's all motor.
That's all.
I don't have an issue there. I've got a buddy of mine. I can't reveal his name yet, but when the car does run what it runs, naturally aspirated on 235s, we'll reveal who's involved with that. This car here, like I said earlier, 950 on tap, small block, single cast intake, just a smelly old piece we just put together. SB2 headed thing, 235s. Good old little Capri there. As I said, JW Automotive will be doing his handiwork with this with a new shop program, and that'll be filtering through to the other 5 cars here.
All right, guys.
Other things, but anyway, we'll probably chewed your ear off. We've said too much. Guys, thanks for watching. You've been a great crowd, and love us, hate us. You better get used to us, man. 235s to the front.
Radial tyre cars to the front. See ya.
ATB.